Hi YouTube, Willy Weeble back with another video. Now this is going to be part 4 of random tat I've got in a box. So same as last couple of episodes. This is just stuff I've picked up, car boots, charity shops, such like. Most of it probably not worthy of display, so it gets squirreled away in a box, either in the garage or in the cupboard or whatever. Never sees the light of day. And I've probably forgotten most of what was in these boxes. Well, I'll say there's boxes. I've probably got 2 or 3. So this series could go on for a while, but we'll see. Anyway, looking at this random lot, it seems to be sort of Game Boy stuff, really. Some of it. So anyway, first item is a OG Nintendo Game Boy case. Now I believe there were 2 size options for this. One to fit the original DMG and one for the Game Boy Pocket. Now I'm sure I've got a couple of each size. This is the larger one, so I do have a few loose consoles, so I should probably put those in these and put these away in the cupboard rather than have them squirreled away in a box. Should I ever want to sell the Game Boys, they all look a little bit more presentable. So that's the first item. And next we have a set of playing cards. Now I think these were probably given away with the official Nintendo magazine, so I used to subscribe to it, no longer do, but these are still sealed. So if I ever get short or a pack of cards, I shall know where to go. Back in the box probably. But next, I have no idea why this would be in the box, because I have another area for cables, but we have a PlayStation 1 aerial lead. So I don't have any PlayStation 1 consoles, so this is surplus to requirements, but I guess if I ever find a console at the car boot, console only, then I could use this, track down a controller or such like, and possibly trade it if it works. So not something I'm going to rush to get rid of, but not something I actually need in the collection at this moment in time. Next, I suppose this could do several videos in its own right, but we'll lump it as one, and that's a box, well, bag rather, of small Nintendo figures. Right, mixed bunch in there. I think there's little Lego type figures, quite a few Donkey Kongs, Yoshis, and some weird little, I think these might be Japanese possibly. Picked up 3 or 4 of these different ones, one car boot, various other little Yoshis. So again, generally I don't display small figures, but I won't be in any rush to get rid of these necessarily, so they'll probably go back in a box. Next, well, I guess Nintendo Labo, I guess it's a pencil case. I don't know what else it would be, unless you put some console in it, but I'm sure it's not meant for anything else. But obviously just a promotional thing. Must have picked it up from Game or somewhere. Would have been very, very cheap, even if I paid for it. So, although I may have got it from a car boot thinking about it, but either way, it was pennies, but I'm sure I can use it as a pencil case or something. Next, forgot I even had this. Not quite sure why it's in the box. I think I may have showed it, possibly in a WhatsApp group picture to somebody. But it's a Street Fighter 2 t-shirt. Now this is a large, so again, it'll probably fit me, but it's not something I'm gonna choose as a first choice out of the cupboard. So again, might go back in the box, might get gifted to somebody, we never know. And then looking down here, I've got 4 more items, and 3 of them are Game Boy. So anyway, the first one is this little Game Boy Color spotlight. Now I do remember buying this when I had my Game Boy Color, which I bought from you with a view to try and increase the screen clarity. Now it did work a bit, but obviously I have opened this and put it back in there, but it's not something you see every day, and I'm sure this will still be in working condition, so I've got a little bit of nostalgia for this. It won't be something I'll be rushing to get rid of, but I guess as and when I get rid of the Game Boy Color, this will be bundled in with it. And similar theme, although I'm sure I had a different colorway. It's a Game Boy Color. This was a glove cover. Now it's just like a jelly mold type thing. I suppose if you drop it, it's going to minimize any damage because it would be bounce, I guess, but obviously it won't protect the screen or anything. But I think I might have had a yellow one to go. Not quite sure why I got this one. Obviously they were cheap at some point in a shop, and I picked it up thinking I'll use that, and probably never did. So probably highly collectible these days. I'm sure it's very rare, but there you go. That's the color range that was. So we'll hang on to that till we need to get rid of it. And we've got 2 more items. This I definitely remember buying from Game Station, and it's a leather case for the Game Boy Micro. Now I still have my green Game Boy Micro. Not quite sure why I never opened this one, because it's quite a smart case, say real leather. But I don't use the Game Boy Micro very often. Every now and then I charge it just to keep it fresh, but maybe I should open this. I'm sure it's not got any value being sealed. It might look half decent on display, so we'll probably open this one. And the last item is a car boot item from 3 or 4 years ago, probably at least. Might be longer than that, pre-COVID anyway. So, and it's Nintendo Sound Selection. Now, this I believe was given away through Club Nintendo. And if we open him up, we have the Sound Selection CD. Now, this is still sealed. Just about to see the cellophane on that. There's a whole load of tracks on here. I'm not going to go through them. Probably not going to be clear enough to read, but And also in that box was a little art information book on the various games. So we've got Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's World, Luigi's Mansion Story, Super Mario World, F-Zero, Mario Kart 7, Animal Crossing New Leaf. So I'm guessing it's probably like a soundtrack album covering most generations of Nintendo. Anyway, that's another 10 items from the box of random stuff. So we'll keep digging, and next video I'll do, maybe we'll throw in a couple of extra ones, maybe 12 items, just so we can get through it a little bit quicker. Anyway, till the next time, thanks for watching, and remember, stay happy.